Ahlan wa sahlan, welcome to lesson 12 of the series on Egyptian Arabic verbs and grammar. So we learned what the perfect tense was, we also learned what the imperfect was. If you're still not sure what these are, go back and watch the previous lessons. In this video, we're gonna start talking about the active participle. In Arabic, this is called اسم الفاعل. اسم الفاعل. We're just gonna learn 3 things about اسم الفاعل in this video. The first thing that we need to know is that اسم الفاعل is a form that we form from the perfect tense, from the base form. That is the third person singular masculine form of the perfect tense. So just an example, let's take the verb شرب يشرب, to drink. I'll take شرب, that's the base form, and I will get the form شارب. This is the active participle form. How do we form it? We will learn that in the next video. So that's the first thing about it. We form it from the base form. Okay, what is it actually? Why do we use it? Why do we need it? We can use it to describe or express either the past tense, present tense, or future tense. Okay, when do we use it to describe the past, future, or present? This depends on the type of verb. The types that we talked about in lesson 10. But don't worry about this, we will explain it later in a future video. And this was the second thing. We can use it to describe the past tense, present, or future, depending on the verb and or the context, okay? The third thing about اسم الفاعل is that from the point of view of Arabic, it is more like an adjective. It's something like an adjective that functions like a verb, more or less. What does this mean? It means that we will simply have 3 forms only of an active participle. So unlike verbs that are conjugated into 8 different persons, the active participle comes in only 3 forms: singular masculine, singular feminine, and plural. So the active participle شارب will have شربة as the feminine and شاربين as the plural. شارب would work for any one person that's a male, like I masculine, you masculine, and he. The feminine form شربة will be used with أنا, I feminine, you feminine, and she, and شاربين the plural will be used with إحنا, we, into, you guys, and they, هم. So that's the third thing about it. It conjugates into 3 forms only, which is good news, right? Okay, so we're done with this lesson, but there's a bonus point that I would like to mention, and I will also explain it later when we're done explaining the active participle. If you're wondering why we see it as an adjective, it's because the active participle describes a state. So when I say, for example, أنا شارب قهوة, which is a way of saying I drank coffee, the subtlety here is that it means I'm in the state of having had coffee, which means I had coffee a short while ago that I'm still affected by it. Don't worry if this sounds too complicated, just focus on the 3 points that I mentioned, and we will come back to that last point in a future video. So let's recap. The active participle, or اسم الفاعل, is a form that we form from the base form of a verb. That's the first thing. The second thing is that it can describe the past, present, or future, depending on the verb and context. And the third thing is that it conjugates into 3 forms only. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Salam. Hello everyone, this lesson is from my course on Egyptian Arabic verbs and grammar. It's on my Patreon account. I post 1 episode every week. Since many people ask me about the active participle, I thought sharing this episode would be interesting to some people. I'll leave the link to my Patreon account in the description box below in case you wanna follow the whole course. Salam.